Hey guys, this is the first week in June 2021, and I was just going to bring you around and show you the inside of the garden, what's grown, what's not grown, what looks good, what don't look good. This right here is a it's one of them pepper plants, Carolina Reaper. That's it. Look at those, and that plant is from last year. It overwintered in the greenhouse. There's some, I think it's blue spice basil. Let me smell that. Yeah, blue spice basil that was a volunteer plant that was growing out of it. And so I just left it in there. I don't know who's going to eat those peppers because it's not going to be me. I don't like hot stuff. But I like to watch the peppers grow. This is Grandma Haga Kleiman or Grandma Kleiman Haga. I don't even know. Grandma Haga Kleiman tomato and Cherokee purple. Follow it up, and I've got one right here, and follow it over, and I've got two right there, which are looking pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Okay, this Black Krim, Jubilee, and Dr. Wickies, because I didn't have no place else to put them at the time, so they don't look like they're doing too hot, but there's a tomato right there. Okay, those are hibiscuses. That right there is a kumquat. That was pineapple. I don't know what happened to it. It's just like fizzled out. And that is a watermelon growing out because after that snake went around this bale and laid by that tomato plant wanted to die. These right here are those tree collards, the purple tree collards. I did a little experiment because remember I showed you this and I thought that it's got some kind of herbicide poisoning, aminopyrrolid, I think that's how you say it. Well, the stuff that I used in there, I had used in these. Of course, they're in a different family altogether because tomatoes are the nightshade and collards and stuff are they're in the cabbage family, so two different families. But and that herbicide probably affects the leaves differently. But anyway, I was just going to see how they grow. This one I repotted, bare rooted, so we'll see. That one's doing good. That one right there, that one, when I repotted it, I just left all the stuff that was around it. It was in a pot like that one, and I just left it all in there and just added more. So we'll see how that one's doing. And that one is just still in the pot that it was in. Now, when you look at them and you compare all three, the one in the middle that I left in that growing medium and I just added, it's outgrowing the other. So we'll see. But if you look, this leaf right here, it looks like it's starting to curl, which is strange. I don't know. I'm just going to have to see how it plays out this summer. This is the bed. Well, first, let me show you this. This is a squash plant that I had growing, and it has the same stuff in it. But, I don't know. I mean, some of the squash didn't look so hot. One of them I picked off, and it was good. We ate it. We fried it. It was good. So, I don't know. This, and y'all, I've got the sun behind me, so I can't really see what you're seeing. So I'm hoping you're seeing something, but more than what I'm seeing. Here is some tomatoes, and they're growing good. That's a Marion tomato. This is supposed to be the Amish paste. Let's look in here. You see some of those? Look at that one on the end. It's got a tip on it that looks like it's getting blossom end rot. Here's another one. This is what I'm hoping we're going to be able to eat. It's called Una's Yellow Delight. Look at these. Wait a minute. I want you to see this. Oh, it's got a stink bug on it. I'm going to have to spray them. Look at that. Look at the tomato. Y'all, that's so neat looking. Usually when I have those stink bugs or aphids or anything, most of the time I just make a container, and I'll show it to you when I get over there because I keep it in the garden. And I mix it with water and some Dawn dish detergent, the original, and some peppermint oil. And it usually takes care of the problem. I just spray it on it. It don't hurt nothing. Okay, and look at these. These are the weirdest looking tomatoes. Look at those. They're called, let me see what that is. Canestrino del Luca. Yeah, I'm butchering that name, I'm sure. Anyway. Okay, now let's go over here. This is the VR Moscow, or VR Moscow tomato. It's looking good. It's actually turning. There's one that's actually turning. Oh. I have all this, well, I can't say it because then it's some kind of grass that keeps growing, so I can't get rid of it. But isn't that pretty? That's a pretty tomato. Okay, over here. This is what I picked off of that. That was a collard, basil. These are my pepperoncini peppers, y'all. My gosh, look, it is loaded. This one too. Like, what am I going to do with pepperoncini peppers? I don't really eat them, but I'll probably pickle them because they'd be good with some peas and cornbread. Yep, and a good sliced ripe tomato. This is banana peppers. Look at those, aren't those pretty? This, not doing so hot. These were those Blauhilde beans. And it looks like they got some of that herbicide mess on them too, because look at the leaves. This is just, you know, I wish somebody would help me figure this out, because I don't even remember putting any kind of anything in this bed. So they have not made any kind of beans. Oh, there's a flower right there. So I don't know, maybe this is, oh, there's another flower. See it? I don't see no beans on it. And to be quite honest, I don't know if the beans would be good to eat or not. Maybe. I don't know. Okay, this. And everything's starting to drip now because it's starting to get hot out here. And there are yellow flies. In June is the month of yellow flies in the south. And I'm telling you, when them suckers bite you, they hurt. They make big sores on you. This is a, let me see what that is. Okay, it's a yellow crookneck. That's looking good. This in this bucket is a zucchini squash. Get away from the yellow fly is on me. It's not done anything, but there is a potato plant growing out of here. So I don't know if y'all have ever seen what a potato flower looks like. It looks like this. This is fixing to fall off. This thing was, well, there it goes. Anyway, they say once they fall off, you got potatoes down in there, so I might just dig that up after a while and see. Or I'll just dig it up right now and see. There's potatoes on the bottom of that. Oh, little tiny potatoes. But there might be some more in there, so I'll just come back after a while and dig them up and see. This is another squash plant. It is, what kind of squash plant is that? Oh, the Ronda Denise, I guess is how you say it. This is the best little squash. It's a little round zucchini squash. And when I get some, I'm going to show them to you. But y'all, these are so good. I love them. My mom loves them too. So, well, everybody in the family does. Okay, these are my Egyptian walking onions, which probably had to be separated in the next couple months. Let me go back over here. This is another one of those beds that I am just iffy on. This got rutabagas in it. I pulled the tomato plants out of this one because they looked horrid. But these look pretty good, other than I sprayed some liquid fertilize and it got on some of these leaves. So that's why some of them look that way. And these little holes and everything, they're from slugs. So I'm going to have to get rid of slugs too. Hey, there's basil in here. Look at that. Gosh, I wish you could smell that basil. I did a little row of basil, but this other is just like shadowing it out. This, the Black Beauty zucchini. And I actually have two plants, so I'm going to have to transplant probably this one today. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to transplant it and get me another squash plant. Actually, I have two more. Look at that. One right there and one right there. So, I'm going to have to find some buckets for that. Now, let's go around. There is another bucket with a volunteer potato growing out of it. That is probably from a potato peel that I composted in it. Let's go over here. I got beans growing on that trellis. But, yeah, when I get in the shade, maybe I'll be able to see better and I can focus in on what I'm showing you because the sun's in my eye and I can't see nothing. This and that are both what they call lemon squash. I put them in these little buckets because I didn't have any big buckets available at the time. So we'll see how that does. Zinnias, more tomatoes. That's the Glory of Einzucken cabbage. Y'all look at that cabbage. Ooh, that's going to be a pretty cabbage. I love cabbage. And look at that. That had an ant on it, but it's a VR Moscow. That's another one of those. This is one called Robbie. I harvested the other one this morning that used to be in that spot, so now I'm going to have to figure out what to put in that spot. I took a taste of kohlrabi, and the root to me tastes like a turnip root. So I'm going to cook them like you do turnips today. And we're going to see what that's going to be like. Some more tomatoes. This was a tomato plant that I got the name wrong on because these right here, I'll tell you what these are. These are the little white currant tomatoes, and these are awesome. Yep, they're good. So, these right here, what are these? These are the Marion tomatoes. This is the one that I saw that big old caterpillar, tomato hornworm. And y'all, I wish I would have had my camera. I should have went and got it. But that hornworm, I ain't lying, that hornworm was as big as my little finger right here. That was the biggest hornworm I ever saw. And, telling you, see how he was having him a good little feast. Look at that. But, anyway, there's my zinnias. Aren't they pretty? I love zinnias. I wish I had zinnias everywhere. I think next year I'm going to plant more. Okay, let's go back over here to this one. This is the potatoes growing out of a bell. There is a nasturtium in there. That is a zucchini squash bloom. And there's my zucchini squash growing up that. Oh, it's going to be on the outside too, so I guess the deer get to eat too. It's supposed to feed the wildlife also when you grow a garden. This is my sunflower. A couple of them died. I don't know. I think the ants got them or something. These are my collard greens again, y'all. I have done picked twice off these collard greens, and they're delicious. So, I mean, come on, look at that leaf.